In the quiet waters of Oklahoma's lakes, an eerie legend persists, whispered among locals and intrepid adventurers alike. The tale of the Oklahoma octopus, a giant cephalopod said to inhabit the lakes of this landlocked state, has intrigued and frightened swimmers and divers for years. While mainstream science questions the existence of such a creature, numerous encounters have been reported, contributing to the mysterious lore surrounding this alleged freshwater monster. This octopus-like creature is said to be 6 to 15 feet in length, with skin that is reddish-brown and strong tentacles that had the power to take unsuspecting swimmers. Though its exact origins are unknown, some accounts link the legend to Native American folklore about an odd aquatic creature that has a hunger for human flesh. Some claim that the large number of drownings and disappearances that have happened in the Oklahoma lakes throughout the years served as inspiration. The legend of the Oklahoma octopus is relatively recent, gaining traction in the early 2000s. Despite Oklahoma being a landlocked state, where traditional marine octopuses cannot survive due to the lack of salt water, the legend persists. Some suggest that the creature could be an undiscovered species of freshwater cephalopod, or even an ancient prehistorically adapted octopus that somehow survived and evolved in these freshwater environments. One of the earliest and most widely cited encounters occurred in February. A group of teenagers swimming in Lake Thunderbird reported seeing a large shadowy figure beneath the surface. Initially, they thought it was a log or debris, but panic ensued when the object moved against the current. One swimmer, Karen Thompson, described feeling something brush against her leg, followed by a sharp, stinging sensation. She emerged from the water with a series of suction-like marks on her calf, resembling octopus tentacle marks. In February 2008, the team of divers conducting a recreational dive in Lake Tenkiller reported a chilling encounter with a massive creature. Lead diver Mark Henson recounted how visibility was low due to the murky water when he noticed an unusually large and dark shape moving swiftly near the lake bed. Initially thinking it was a large catfish or gar, Henson swam closer, only to be confronted by what he described as a gigantic tentacled creature. The divers quickly ascended, shaken but unharmed. Henson's account was corroborated by his fellow divers, adding credibility to the sighting. In 2012, a seasoned fisherman named Earl Mitchell reported an encounter while night fishing on Lake Ulogna. Mitchell claimed that as he was reeling in his catch, a tremendous force pulled against his line, nearly dragging him into the water. After a tense struggle, the line snapped, but not before he glimpsed a massive octopus-like arm breaking the surface. His story, combined with unexplained disappearances of pets and livestock near the lake, fueled further speculation about the Oklahoma octopus existence. In the summer of 2015, a seasoned fisherman named Tom Harris experienced an encounter that would forever alter his understanding of the lakes he had fished in all his life. Tom, an experienced diver and angler, had spent countless hours exploring the depths of Oklahoma's lakes. However, nothing had prepared him for the day he came face to face with what he believes to be the elusive Oklahoma octopus. Tom Harris was a well-known figure in his community, respected for his knowledge of local wildlife and his dedication to preserving the natural beauty of Oklahoma's lakes. With over 20 years of diving and fishing experience, Tom had a deep appreciation for the aquatic ecosystems he frequented. His usual haunt was Lake Tenkiller, one of the largest and deepest lakes in the state, renowned for its clear waters and abundant fish species. On a warm July afternoon, Tom decided to go for a dive to explore a section of Lake Tenkiller that he had not visited in years. Equipped with his diving gear and underwater camera, Tom aimed to document the underwater flora and fauna, hoping to capture some rare footage of the lake's aquatic life. As he descended into the cool, clear water, Tom marveled at the vibrant ecosystem below. Schools of fish darted around him, and the underwater vegetation swayed gently with the currents. After about 30 minutes of exploring, Tom noticed a peculiar shadowy figure in the distance. Intrigued, he decided to investigate further. As Tom swam closer, the figure began to take shape. To his astonishment, he saw a massive octopus-like creature, partially concealed among the rocks and vegetation. The creature was unlike anything he had ever seen in freshwater. Its body was large and bulbous, covered in a reddish-brown skin that blended seamlessly with the surroundings. Long, sinuous tentacles extended outward, some wrapped around rocks, while others moved languidly in the water. As he moved towards the creature, it suddenly became aware of his presence. One of its tentacles reached out towards him, and Tom felt a sharp tug on his leg. Panic surged through him as he struggled to free himself. Using his dive knife, he managed to cut through the tentacle's grasp, leaving a suction mark on his calf. The creature retreated into the shadows, and Tom, shaken but unharmed, quickly ascended to the surface. Tom surfaced, gasping for breath, and adrenaline coursing through his veins. Tom's encounter reignited the debate over the existence of the Oklahoma octopus. Mainstream scientists remained skeptical, pointing out the biological improbability of a marine octopus living in a freshwater environment. They suggested alternative explanations, such as a misidentified large catfish or a species of freshwater jellyfish that could have given the appearance of an octopus. Researchers into the unknown were more open to Tom's account. They argued that his detailed description and photographic evidence provided valuable data for further investigation. They also noted the similarity of his sighting to other reports of large, octopus-like creatures in Oklahoma's lakes, suggesting that there might indeed be an undiscovered species lurking in the depths. Considering those limitations, it is highly improbable that the brief search stated by Crawford involved much more than simply walking a short distance from the lagoon in either direction and looking for the most conspicuous indications of bodies or human presence. Furthermore, it seems that none of the future visitors to the island pursue the investigation. Interestingly, the mysterious boat is not mentioned again. However, Bouvet Island was revisited in 1966 by a team doing a biological survey who devoted significant attention to the lagoon. This group determined that the body of water was shallow, had a high concentration of algae, had an alkaline pH due to seal waste, and was supplied with water from the melting ice on the nearby cliffs. However, they made no note of the presence of the lifeboat, assuming it was indeed still there. Alan Crawford appears to be the only person who has shown the least amount of interest in solving the mystery. There was no existing newspaper coverage of the incident at the time, and many who have researched this case have been unable to discover any additional information about the boat or the objects discovered on the coast. There are a few further recent tales of the landing, and oddly enough, no one has inquired about the origin of the boat or made any effort to locate its crew. It seems evident that the boat must have reached Bouvet Island at some time during the 9-year period between January 1955, when the rock-strewn ice-free area was not present, and April 1964, when it was. The time frame is rather limited, and if the Ware was indeed a lifeboat, it should be feasible to determine its origin ship. Furthermore, the beach party of the Protector observed no indication of a camp or shelter, fire, or provisions. Furthermore, the existence of a substantial vessel in a lagoon situated at a minimum distance of 30 yards from the coastline implies that it either arrived to the island with a complete crew capable of manually dragging it across challenging terrain, or was deliberately placed there by a smaller party with intentions of remaining on the island for an extended period. However, except for that, everything else is mere conjecture. And what makes this highly unusual event even more peculiar is that the few pieces of information we possess do not entirely corroborate any of the apparent hypotheses. Undoubtedly, this would be the most striking and amorous interpretation, elucidating certain observations made by Crawford. The presence of the Ware in the lagoon, it was placed there by individuals lacking the means to fasten it securely on land and uncertain if they would require it again, and the proximity of a small assortment of equipment. It is unclear why Crawford's copper flotation or buoyancy tank was flattened, but it seems like the kind of action that a group of desperate men with little resources might take. The lifeboat scenario provides the most plausible explanation for the existence of only one pair of oars on the shore. It is possible that there were initially more oars, but they were lost overboard during a disastrous journey. Despite thorough investigation and multiple voyages to Bouvet Island following the discovery of the lifeboat, the mystery remains unresolved. The island's inclement weather conditions and remote location persistently impede comprehensive investigations, resulting in numerous unresolved inquiries. Who were the individuals present in the lifeboat? What factors precipitated their arrival on this secluded and barren island? And what was their ultimate fate? The forsaken lifeboat on Bouvet Island serves as a representation of the persistent mystery of the ocean and the innate human inclination to venture into and comprehend the unfamiliar. It demonstrates the uncertain and dangerous nature of sea, expeditions, and the extensive unexplored areas that remain on our planet. With the progress of technology and ongoing research, it is possible that future expeditions will discover additional evidence that may provide insight into this mysterious maritime puzzle. Man claims he found hundreds of monolith-like objects in Antarctica. In the age of digital exploration, tools like Google Earth have opened up the world to anyone with an internet connection. The ability to virtually traverse the globe and scrutinize the most remote corners of our planet has led to some astonishing discoveries. One such claim comes from a man who, while using Google Earth, reported finding hundreds of black monoliths scattered across the icy expanse of Antarctica. This extraordinary claim has sparked widespread interest and debate, raising questions about the nature and origin of these mysterious structures. The story begins with Mr. Davis, an amateur researcher and avid user of Google Earth, who often spends his free time exploring remote regions of the globe through satellite imagery. In early 2024, Davis claimed to have stumbled upon a series of black monoliths in Antarctica. According to his detailed observations, these monoliths appeared in various locations across the continent, sometimes standing alone and other times in clusters. The monoliths, as seen from satellite images, were uniformly dark and rectangular, reminiscent of the monoliths famously depicted in Stanley Kubrick's film. Davis's discovery was quickly posted to various online groups that investigate mysterious anomalies in Antarctica, captivating the imaginations of amateur researchers, ufologists, and curious minds worldwide, who all said that this photograph is evidence that something strange is happening down in Antarctica. The idea of mysterious black monoliths in Antarctica conjured images of ancient civilizations, extraterrestrial artifacts, and hidden secrets waiting to be uncovered beneath the ice. Social media platforms buzzed with speculation, with theories ranging from remnants of an advanced prehistoric civilization to markers left by extraterrestrial visitors. Firstly, the resolution of satellite images available on Google Earth can be limited, often resulting in pixelation and artifacts that may create the illusion of structures that do not exist. High-resolution satellite imagery and ground truthing are essential for verifying such claims. Without these tools, it is challenging to conclusively determine whether the monoliths are real objects or simply anomalies in the data. Secondly, the harsh and dynamic environment of Antarctica poses significant challenges for the preservation of any structures. The continent is subject to extreme weather conditions, including powerful winds, sub-zero temperatures, and shifting ice. These factors make it unlikely for any standing structures, particularly those made of conventional materials, to remain intact for long periods. If the monoliths were indeed real, their material composition and resilience would be subjects of intense scientific interest. Despite these challenges, the possibility of the monoliths being real cannot be entirely dismissed without further investigation. Antarctica has long been a place of mystery and intrigue, with many aspects of its geography and history still shrouded in uncertainty. The discovery of ancient microbial life in subglacial lakes and the existence of large, unexplored cave systems beneath the ice suggest that the continent holds many secrets yet to be revealed. If the monoliths were found to be genuine, the implications would be profound. They could potentially rewrite our understanding of human history, geology, or even our place in the universe. The discovery of ancient structures in Antarctica could indicate a previously unknown chapter of human or pre-human civilization, suggesting that the continent was once habitable and inhabited. Alternatively, if the monoliths were of non-terrestrial origin, it would revolutionize our understanding of extraterrestrial life and contact. In either scenario, the discovery would prompt a re-evaluation of Antarctica's role in global history and prehistory. It would likely lead to increased international interest and collaboration in Antarctic research, fostering new scientific and exploratory missions to uncover the continent's hidden mysteries. In the aftermath of the cataclysmic eruption of Mount St. Helens in 1980, the landscape surrounding the volcano was forever altered, transformed into a desolate wilderness of ash and devastation. Yet amidst the chaos and destruction, a soldier stationed in the area had a harrowing encounter that defied all rational explanation. An encounter with a creature that would come to be known as the Bat Squatch. The soldier, whose name was redacted, was part of a search and rescue team tasked with scouring the ash-covered terrain for survivors and assessing the extent of the damage wrought by the eruption. As they traversed the barren landscape, their senses heightened by the acrid smell of sulfur and the ominous rumble of distant aftershocks. They stumbled upon a scene that would haunt them for the rest of their days. Perched atop a jagged outcrop of rock silhouetted against the ashen sky was a creature unlike anything the soldier had ever seen. Standing over 7 feet tall, with leathery wings stretched taut against its muscular frame, the creature exuded an aura of primal menace. Its eyes glowed with an otherworldly light, reflecting the fires that still smoldered in the heart of the volcano. And its most striking feature, a grotesque fusion of bat and ape, sent a shiver down the soldier's spine, filling him with a primal fear that transcended reason. Frozen in place by the sheer enormity of the creature before him, the soldier could only watch in mute horror as the bat squatch unfurled its wings and took flight, soaring effortlessly into the smoke-choked sky. For a moment, time stood still, and the soldier found himself caught in the grip of an ancient and primordial terror, a terror that whispered of forces beyond human comprehension and the mysteries that lurked in the depths of the earth. In the days and weeks that followed, the soldier's encounter with the bat squatch became the subject of fevered speculation and whispered rumors among those who had witnessed the devastation of Mount St. Helens firsthand. Some dismissed his story as the delusions of a traumatized mind, attributing the sighting to the stress and exhaustion of the rescue efforts. Others, however, believed that the soldier had glimpsed something far more profound, a creature from the depths of legend, awakened by the fury of the volcano, and unleashed upon the world once more. As time passed and the memory of the eruption faded into history, the tale of the bat squatch became a cautionary reminder of the awesome power of nature and the mysteries that lurk in the darkest corners of the earth. The mysterious creature, referred to as the bat squatch, has captivating resemblances to the a legendary, being commonly described as a fusion of a bat and the renowned Sasquatch. These two mythical creatures, steeped in folklore and speculation, share a mysterious aura that has long intrigued enthusiasts of the unexplained. The initial recognition of this phenomenon dates back to the 1980s, within the vicinity of Mount St. Helens located in Washington state. During that period, notable interest and observations were directed towards this occurrence. The detailed accounts depict the bat squatch as an impressive creature towering at a striking height of 9 feet, capturing the attention of spectators with its piercing yellow eyes, vivid blue fur, and a formidable array of razor-sharp teeth. Its menacing appearance includes a wolf-like snout, while its wings, reminiscent of those of bats, span an impressive length of 50 feet, constructed from leathery membranes. The bat squatch's imposing stature, combined with its distinctive features, instills a sense of awe and intrigue in those who encounter this mysterious beast. The notion held by certain individuals suggests that the observed sightings of bat squatch may potentially be linked to interactions with Mothman. In the month of April in the year 1994, a notable incident occurred featuring a man identified as Brian Canfield. While navigating his truck through Pierce County, Washington, an unforeseen event transpired as Canfield encountered a sudden and total engine malfunction. This incident halted his journey abruptly, posing an unexpected challenge during his drive. Upon the descent of the bat squatch as it made contact with the ground in front of a mesmerized onlooker, a chain reaction ensued, leading to the publication of numerous newspaper articles. These articles significantly elevated the profile of this strange creature, firmly establishing it as the iconic cryptid of Washington state. Deciding that has occurred recently is thought by certain individuals to have a correlation with an event that transpired several years back. This linkage has sparked a considerable amount of speculation and interest within the community. On the notable date of May 18, 1980, Mount St. Helens demonstrated its immense force, resulting in a catastrophic eruption that left a lasting impact. Amid the aftermath, an extensive area stretching across 203 square miles and an additional 150 acres, brimming with diverse and lively forests, met its total devastation. The once thriving landscape was entirely wiped out, leaving a void where nature's beauty once flourished. In this particular area, there was an immense landslide incident, setting the benchmark as the most extensive one on record. Huge blocks of compact rock were vigorously thrust downwards along the mountainside, entirely burying the once exposed landscape during the calamitous occurrence. A deluge of mud and ash cascaded ceaselessly from above, shrouding the radiant glow of the sun and shrouding the environment in a veil of obscurity. The severity of the disaster was heightened by the continuous echoes of thunder and bursts of lightning that echoed across the region, instilling a feeling of fear and hopelessness among the inhabitants. The relentless rumblings of thunder and the dazzling flashes of lightning added an element of dread and hopelessness to an already dire situation. During this era, a prevailing notion exists that the appearance of the mysterious entity called Batsquatch took place in this barren expanse, stirring curiosity and sparking numerous speculations among those fascinated by such mysteries. In the year February 2009, a further documented encounter with the mysterious Batsquatch occurred in the vicinity of the awe-inspiring Mount Shasta in California. During this occurrence, a cluster of avid hikers, thoroughly relishing their expedition in the vicinity, observed the event firsthand. Their excitement added an extra layer of enthusiasm to the experience as they immersed themselves in the beauty of the surroundings. In a state of disbelief, they witnessed a massive entity coming out of a cavern located deep within the harsh landscape of the mountain. The Batsquatch, a creature of colossal proportions and remarkable grandeur, elegantly ascended into the expanse of heavens, eliciting astonishment from the hikers who witnessed this incredible sight. In Butler County, Pennsylvania, an intriguing and noteworthy event occurred. In a remarkable sighting, a majestic Batsquatch entity, towering impressively at a staggering height of 8 feet, was witnessed assuming an unusual stance, seemingly stooped down, positioned along the edge of the road. Witnesses made significant observations regarding this specific sighting, highlighting an exceptionally remarkable characteristic. The entity had a head that bore a striking resemblance to an aerodynamic helmet, showcasing a distinct shape that caught their attention. The creature known as Batsquatch, which has been the subject of numerous reports and sightings, is described as possessing notable physical features that set it apart. Not only does this mysterious entity exhibit muscular arms and legs that are well developed along with claw-like appendages, but it is also distinguished by its unique and striking appearance. The incident that drew significant interest occurred on April 14, 2014, at Archbishop Hogan High School in Akron, Ohio. The event sparked widespread attention and speculation within the local community and beyond due to its intriguing nature. The captivating tale of the Batsquatch carries deep cultural importance in the rich tapestry of Native American legends, specifically rooted in the scenic Pacific Northwest area of the United States. The native populations inhabiting this region possess deeply intertwined tales of a powerful and supernatural being reminiscent of an enormous bat with a unique humanoid form, roaming the thick woodlands and etching an enduring impression on the souls and psyches of individuals who, by chance or fate, encounter its presence. These intricate narratives, passed down through generations, vividly depict the mystical entity as a mystical guardian of the forests, revered and feared in equal measure by those who have come face to face with its mysterious aura. Throughout numerous generations, these fascinating narratives have been treasured and transmitted, standing as a testament to the lasting impact of this mysterious entity on the community's shared awareness. The stories woven around this strange being have endured the test of time, becoming a profound reflection of its enduring influence on the cultural fabric of the region. The legend of the Bat Squatch has its roots deeply intertwined in history, evolving over time with each narration adding to the mysterious aura surrounding this fantastical being. Originating from tales passed down through generations, the Bat Squatch has captured the imagination of many with its mysterious presence. Eyewitness reports of the mythical creature known as the Bat Squatch show discrepancies in their portrayals. However, certain recurring features are commonly mentioned across various testimonies. This mysterious entity is commonly portrayed as a gigantic creature, possessing traits reminiscent of bats and a human-like body structure adorned with enormous wings that extend over vast distances. The depiction often emphasizes the imposing nature of this being, combining a blend of supernatural and earthly features to create a formidable presence. In a wealth of accounts, the appearance of its outer layer, regardless of whether it is fur or feathers, varies significantly, showcasing a spectrum of colors that span from rich, dark brown to a foreboding black shade. Witnesses often make specific reference to the Bat Squatch's eyes, which reputedly shine with a threatening red gleam, intensifying the overall sense of fear that envelopes this strange creature. In essence, the distinguishing feature of this remarkable being lies in its remarkable appendages, razor-sharp claws that embellish both its hands and feet, possessing the capacity to cause substantial damage to any potential adversaries. The creature known as Bat Squatch demands notice, not only due to its striking visual presence, but also because of the havoc it could wreak upon encountering it. Witnesses have reported that the Bat Squatch is known for producing a terrifying screech or a haunting wail that adds to the already intense fear and unease experienced during any interaction with this mysterious being. The bone-chilling sound it emits is described as a chilling cry that heightens the sense of dread surrounding encounters with this cryptid. In the annals of cryptozoology, few encounters have captured the imagination and sparked as much speculation as the remarkable tale of Albert Osman's encounter with Bigfoot. Osman's story, recounted in vivid detail and with unwavering conviction, offers a tantalizing glimpse into the elusive world of the legendary creature known as Bigfoot or Sasquatch. From the rugged wilderness of British Columbia to the depths of human imagination, Osman's account resonates with a sense of authenticity and intrigue that continues to fascinate believers and skeptics alike. In the year 1924, amidst the waning fervor of the gold rush era, Albert Osman, a Swedish immigrant, embarked on a new adventure in gold prospecting. Following years of toil in construction and logging, Osman sought a refreshing change. Intrigued by the tales of a nearby gold mine close to Toba Inlet in the vicinity of Vancouver, Canada, he saw this as an opportunity for both exploration and a chance to unwind. The picturesque setting of the area, adorned with lush green trees and encircled by majestic mountains, promised a serene escape from his prolonged stint in construction work. Engaging the services of a knowledgeable indigenous guide, Osman was led to the head of the Toba Inlet while being regaled with captivating stories about the region. The guide's vivid narratives painted a vivid picture of the land and its history, immersing Osman further into the allure of his surroundings. In a particular story, there was a mention of a fabled gold mine. It revolved around a Caucasian man who frequented the mine, known for his excessive drinking habits, yet he always seemed to possess an abundance of gold. However, on one occasion, he ventured into the mine and never returned. Local speculations arose, suggesting that a Sasquatch, a legendary ape-like creature, might have been responsible for his disappearance. Upon encountering a creature unknown to him, Osman initially dismissed it as mere folklore. Subsequently, after his guide left him at a designated location near the inlet, he instructed the guide to return for him in 3 weeks, as he intended to camp there upon completing his prospecting expedition. Progressing further into the wilderness for about 10 miles in search of a rumored gold mine, Osman eventually identified a prime location for his base camp. However, his tranquility was short-lived, for peculiar occurrences unfolded mere days later. Waking from a deep slumber one morning, Osman was bewildered to find his campsite in disarray, despite hearing no disturbances the night before. An initial assumption of an animal's involvement was made to explain the unsettling events. On the second night of his camping expedition, Osman discovered that his backpack had been emptied with food clearly missing. Rather than venturing out in search of gold, he decided to remain at the camp, eager to catch a glimpse of the perpetrator. Despite his vigilance, nothing revealed itself. Determined not to fall asleep on the third night, Osman was resolute in his efforts to uncover the mystery shrouding his camp. Yet his determination faltered as he succumbed to sleep. In the dead of night, he was abruptly roused from his slumber, as an unseen force lifted him from the ground, still cocooned within his sleeping bag. The eerie events of that night left him both perplexed and anxious as he pondered the mysterious presence haunting his campsite. After enduring what he estimated to be a 3-hour ordeal of being forcibly moved and carried, Osman was eventually released. He recounted hearing voices, a total of 4, conversing in an unfamiliar language. With the rising sun shedding light on his surroundings, he was able to observe them clearly. The group consisted of an elderly man, an elderly woman as well as a young boy and a girl. The towering stature of the elderly woman, towering over 7 feet tall and weighing around 500 pounds, left a lasting impression on him. The elderly man, exceeding her in size, appeared formidable, leading Osman to question the effectiveness of his firearm against such a massive being. Concerned it might provoke aggression instead of providing protection. During his captivity, within a secluded valley, the strange family of oversized shaggy humanoids sustained him by occasionally offering sweet roots as sustenance. Initially reserved, the younger members gradually warmed up to Osman, displaying curiosity about him. Engaging with them, he crafted makeshift ladles for them and entertained them with old snuff cans as toys, fostering a rapport that would later contribute to his devised escape strategy. While he had previously been told a tale about a man blinding a bull by casting snuff into its eyes, his encounter with Sasquatch provided a first-hand experience of the allure of snuff. Initially offering the young boy a snuff box containing a teaspoon of the substance, it became evident that both Sasquatch and the old man derived pleasure from its taste, eagerly returning for more. Realizing that the key to his escape lay in feeding the old man an entire box of snuff, Osman observed the man's growing fascination with the product as he inched closer. This escalating interest culminated in the old man seizing a box, promptly emptying its contents into his mouth with a single gulp, and then meticulously licking the container clean. After some time had passed, the elderly gentleman started feeling unwell. Sensing an opportunity, Osman swiftly seized the moment and fled. Brandishing his rifle, he fired off warning shots to cover his escape. Remarkably, no one pursued him. Descending the mountain, he eventually reached a camp situated nearby. Initially, Osman simply informed the locals of his predicament, claiming he was lost, choosing to keep the encounter with the Sasquatch to himself out of fear of ridicule. It wasn't until much later that he divulged this detail, apprehensive of being labeled delusional. Consequently, he resolved never to venture into prospecting activities again. Haunted by the unsettling experience, the notion of mysterious beings, Inhabiting the untamed wilderness has long captivated believers, with numerous recounts echoing this idea. Intriguingly, this narrative of encountering colossal humanoids towering over individuals is not a novel occurrence. However, scientists assert that without substantial evidence substantiating these claims, they cannot be regarded as established truths. This pervasive theme of encountering mysterious entities in remote areas continues to fascinate many, shedding light on the profound impact of these stories on those who claim to have experienced such encounters. Despite the allure of these tales, the scientific community remains hesitant to embrace them as verifiable facts until conclusive proof is forthcoming. Throughout history, numerous individuals have dubbed this particular incident as one of the most frightening episodes to date. They have emphasized that Albert Ostman, the central figure in this encounter, was characterized as a reserved and unassuming individual, which raises doubts regarding any potential fabrication of the details he recounted. According to reports, in his pursuit of a fulfilling life, he consistently shied away from seeking fame and instead prioritized simplicity. Albert Ostman's account is widely considered one of the most credible accounts involving a Bigfoot creature. One of the primary reasons for the difficulty in obtaining physical evidence of Bigfoot is the creature's elusive nature and mastery of its environment. Bigfoot is believed to be a highly intelligent and elusive creature capable of evading detection and blending seamlessly into its natural surroundings. With its keen senses and instinctual awareness of its surroundings, Bigfoot has honed the art of stealth and camouflage to near perfection, making it exceedingly difficult for humans to capture definitive proof of its existence. Moreover, Bigfoot is believed to inhabit some of the most remote and inaccessible regions of North America, far from the prying eyes of civilization. The dense forests, rugged mountains, and vast swaths of wilderness that comprise Bigfoot's habitat are often impenetrable to all but the most determined and resourceful researchers. As a result, opportunities for direct encounters with Bigfoot are rare, and obtaining physical evidence such as hair, scat, or footprints can be exceedingly challenging. Even when physical evidence of Bigfoot is discovered, it is often subject to skepticism and scrutiny from the scientific community and mainstream media. In many cases, purported Bigfoot hair samples, footprints, or other matter have been dismissed as hoaxes or misidentifications of known animal species. Without rigorous scientific analysis and verification, it can be difficult to distinguish genuine evidence of Bigfoot from mundane or fabricated artifacts. Furthermore, the study of Bigfoot is hindered by the lack of consensus among researchers and investigators regarding the creature's taxonomy and classification. While some scientists believe that Bigfoot represents a distinct species of hominid or primate, others argue that it may be a surviving remnant of an ancient ancestor or a previously undiscovered species of ape. Without a clear understanding of Bigfoot's taxonomic status, it is challenging to design effective research methodologies and protocols for obtaining physical evidence of the creature. In addition to these challenges, the stigma and skepticism surrounding the study of Bigfoot can deter serious researchers and scientists from dedicating time and resources to the investigation. Despite the growing body of anecdotal evidence and eyewitness accounts, Bigfoot remains a fringe topic in the scientific community, often relegated to the realm of pseudoscience or sensationalism. As a result, funding for Bigfoot research is scarce, and opportunities for rigorous scientific study are limited. Despite these obstacles, there have been instances where physical evidence of Bigfoot has been discovered, providing tantalizing glimpses into the creature's existence. One of the most compelling pieces of evidence is the famous Patterson-Gimlin film captured in 1967, which purportedly shows a female Bigfoot walking through the forests of Northern California. While skeptics have attempted to debunk the film as a hoax, numerous experts have analyzed the footage and concluded that it is authentic and unaltered. Similarly, there have been numerous documented cases of Bigfoot footprints, hair samples, and fecal matter collected from various locations across North America. While some of these samples have been subjected to scientific analysis and found to be inconclusive, others have yielded intriguing results that defy easy explanation. For example, DNA analysis of purported Bigfoot hair samples has revealed sequences that do not match any known animal species, raising questions about their origin and authenticity. As of right now, the quest for physical evidence of Bigfoot is a challenging and complex endeavor that is fraught with obstacles and uncertainties. From the creature's elusive nature and mastery of its environment to the lack of consensus among researchers and the stigma surrounding the study of Bigfoot, there are numerous factors that have hindered efforts to obtain conclusive proof of its existence. Despite these challenges, there have been instances where physical evidence of Bigfoot has been discovered, providing tantalizing clues that continue to fuel speculation and debate about the creature's existence. As researchers continue to explore the wild places of North America in search of Bigfoot, the quest for definitive proof of its existence remains one of the greatest mysteries of the natural world. Wiltshire, a county in southwest England, is renowned for its historical landmarks and strange phenomena. In addition to its famous crop circles and ancient megaliths like Stonehenge, Wiltshire is now the site of an intriguing modern mystery: an egg-shaped metallic UFO sighting. This event, which occurred in the middle of a private field, has captivated both the local population and UFO enthusiasts, who have stated that over the last few decades, more and more of these oval-shaped UFOs are being witnessed, leading to a variety of interesting theories to be put forward. A man going by the name of John shared an intriguing picture of an odd oval-shaped object that had landed in the center of the field on social media. When he first drew closer, he claimed he thought it might have been a drone or something blimp-like, but he was unable to make out what he was seeing. The individual claimed that the encounter took place in Wiltshire, England, a region well known for being a hotbed for UFO sightings. The location of the object was on private land in the middle of a sizable field. The man claimed that although it is not visible in the picture, there are several signs to the left informing people that this is private land and barbed wire dividing the field from the road. The object's details emerged as he got closer. It was a metallic oval that was shiny and about the size of a small vehicle lying peacefully on the ground. The man saw that the item had a smooth, nearly mirror-like surface that reflected light and had a little to it. It was the smoothest-looking item John had ever seen, with no visible openings or seams. The thing seemed even more strange when the sun set, giving the landscape a golden tint. Oddly enough, this isn't the first time that this type of object has been witnessed. In fact, according to an interview conducted exclusively by the news outlet, the Daily Mail, a whistleblower has revealed that during the 1980s, an unidentified flying object with a distinctive egg-shaped, metallic exterior was securely stored at a hidden military base in Nevada. Engineers stationed at the Nevada Air Base have made a rather intriguing claim regarding a peculiar aircraft discovered in the desert, and they assert that the Central Intelligence Agency stumbled upon this mysterious craft and promptly transferred it to their custody for thorough investigation. However, faced with an overwhelming mystery, the engineers found themselves unable to gain access to the inner workings of the object. As a result, it was subsequently shipped off to another base, in hopes that further studies could be conducted. The man went so far as to suggest that the low humming sound was interacting with the surrounding vegetation in order to have an impact on the ecosystem. He saw that the plant stems were bending in the direction of the object, almost like a magnet. In 1976, a similar sighting was reported near the village of Avebury involving an egg-shaped metallic object seen hovering over a field. Witnesses described the object as having a smooth, reflective surface and exhibiting flight capabilities far beyond conventional aircraft. Such incidents have kept Wiltshire at the forefront of UFO research and public interest. The more commonplace theories put out by skeptics were atmospheric occurrences or optical illusions, and they also contended that psychological variables, such as sleep deprivation or increased suggestibility brought on by the area's mystical reputation, might have impacted John's report. Several doubters suggested that since the item was observed on a farmer's property, it might have been a piece of farming equipment in use. However, believers have said that UFO sightings above farmland are not a new phenomenon, adding that reports of strange objects in the sky date back to ancient times. But the modern era of UFO sightings began in the mid-20th century. Rural areas, including farmland, have frequently been the settings for these encounters, possibly due to the clear visibility and lack of light pollution that such locations provide. One of the earliest and most famous cases occurred in 1950 in McMinnville, Oregon. Paul and Evelyn Trent captured photographs of a metallic, disc-shaped object hovering over their farm. These images remain some of the most credible and widely studied UFO photographs to this day. A compelling theory posits that these egg-shaped UFOs may actually be drones, serving as reconnaissance or exploratory vehicles for larger, more complex motherships. The concept of drones or unmanned aerial vehicles is well established in human technology. Modern drones are used for various purposes, including surveillance, scientific research, and military operations. By extrapolating from our own technological advancements, it is conceivable that an advanced extraterrestrial civilization could employ similar yet far more sophisticated technologies. Egg-shaped metallic UFOs are often described as exhibiting flight characteristics that surpass current human capabilities, and these include rapid acceleration, sudden changes in direction, and silent operation. Such capabilities suggest the use of advanced propulsion systems, possibly involving anti-gravity or inertial dampening technologies. If these smaller craft are indeed drones, they could be designed for optimal maneuverability and efficiency, enabling them to navigate diverse environments and gather data with precision. Reports of egg-shaped metallic UFOs often describe them as small, compact, and highly maneuverable. Witnesses frequently note their seamless reflective surfaces and the absence of visible means of propulsion, and these features align with the idea of a drone designed for stealth and efficiency. For instance, the 1964 New Mexico sighting by police officer Lonnie Zamora involved a small egg-shaped craft with unusual markings. The object was seen landing and then taking off at high speed, leaving behind physical evidence such as burn marks and depressions in the ground. Similar reports from various parts of the world describe small agile UFOs that appear to be conducting detailed surveys or inspections of the environment. UFO researchers that have spent decades looking into these mysterious aircrafts have suggested that these egg-shaped metallic UFOs are indeed drones, and that their design and operation might serve several potential purposes. One primary function of these drones could be to gather information about Earth's environment, including its geography, climate, and biological diversity. Advanced sensors and imaging technologies could enable these drones to collect high-resolution data, which could be transmitted back to a larger mothership or to a distant control center. These drones might also be used for scientific exploration, studying phenomena such as weather patterns, magnetic fields, and other natural occurrences. Their ability to hover and maneuver in precise ways would make them ideal for detailed scientific observation and analysis. Another possible function is the monitoring of human activity and technological progress. The presence of these drones near military installations, nuclear facilities, and other strategic locations suggests a keen interest in our technological capabilities and societal development. This surveillance could be part of a broader effort to assess potential threats or opportunities for contact. These drones might also be assessing the impact of human activity on the environment. With advanced sensors, they could monitor pollution levels, deforestation, and other indicators of environmental health. This information could be crucial for an extraterrestrial civilization in understanding how human actions are affecting the planet. If egg-shaped metallic UFOs or drones, it is likely that they operate in conjunction with larger, more complex motherships. These motherships could serve as command centers, housing sophisticated communication systems, scientific laboratories, and living quarters for advanced beings. The motherships might remain in orbit or hidden in remote locations, deploying smaller drones for specific missions, and then receiving and processing the collected data. The relationship between the drones and the motherships could be akin to that between satellites and ground stations in human space programs. And the motherships could provide logistical support, repair facilities, and energy replenishment for the drones, ensuring their sustained operation over long periods. In more recent times, sightings of egg-shaped metallic UFOs have continued to be reported worldwide. For instance, in February 2004, pilots and crew encountered an egg-shaped object off the coast of California. The object, described as smooth and metallic, exhibited flight capabilities far beyond any known human technology. This incident, among others, has been part of ongoing investigations by the U.S. Department of Defense into unexplained aerial phenomena. Theories surrounding egg-shaped metallic UFOs are as diverse as the sightings themselves. Broadly, these theories can be categorized into natural phenomena, advanced human technology, and extraterrestrial origins. Some skeptics argue that many UFO sightings, including those of egg-shaped objects, can be attributed to natural phenomena. These explanations include atmospheric conditions, optical illusions, or misidentified man-made objects, such as weather, balloons, or conventional aircraft. However, this theory often falls short in explaining sightings involving high-speed maneuvers, sudden accelerations, and other characteristics that defy known physical laws. Another prevalent theory is that these UFOs are actually advanced human technology, possibly developed in secret by military or private entities. Proponents of this viewpoint to the rapid advancements in aerospace technology and the possibility of classified projects that are far ahead of publicly acknowledged capabilities. These UFO incidents, for example, have led some to speculate about the existence of breakthrough propulsion technologies that can account for the observed flight characteristics. The most tantalizing and widely discussed theory is that egg-shaped metallic UFOs are of advanced origin. Advocates of this hypothesis argue that the advanced flight capabilities and behaviors observed in many sightings are indicative of technology far beyond human reach. This theory is bolstered by the lack of conclusive evidence tying these objects to any known human source. Furthermore, the presence of similar sightings across different cultures and time periods suggests a pattern that transcends mere coincidence or hoaxes. The impact of egg-shaped metallic UFOs has been profound, and many websites that track unidentified object sightings have said that this type of UFO sighting is on the rise. Public interest in UFOs has been further ignited by recent developments, such as the release of previously classified U.S. government documents and the establishment of official programs to investigate unexplained aerial phenomena. These initiatives have lent a degree of legitimacy to the study of UFOs, encouraging more serious consideration of the subject within both scientific and governmental circles. In addition to their influence on popular culture, egg-shaped metallic UFOs have also had a tangible impact on scientific inquiry. Researchers in fields ranging from aerospace engineering to theoretical physics have been drawn to the challenge of explaining the extraordinary flight characteristics reported in many sightings. This has led to innovative ideas and theories, some of which may eventually contribute to advancements in human technology. Due to the amount of sightings that have been reported by eyewitnesses above Wiltshire in England, this location now has a reputation as a hotspot for UFO sightings, attracting the attention of researchers, enthusiasts, and curious tourists from around the world. Wiltshire's association with the mysterious dates back millennia. With its iconic ancient sites such as Stonehenge and Avebury, these megalithic structures have long been linked to astronomical observations and otherworldly connections, setting a cultural backdrop that primes the region for modern UFO lore. One of the most compelling UFO cases in Wiltshire occurred in 1965 near the village of Warminster. Residents reported a series of strange noises and unexplained aerial phenomena, leading to what is now known as the Warminster Thing. Over several years, hundreds of sightings were reported involving mysterious lights, cigar-shaped crafts, and flying discs. This period of intense activity firmly established Wiltshire in the annals of UFO history. In the decades since, sightings have continued to be reported across the county. Various theories have been proposed to explain why Wiltshire experiences a high concentration of UFO sightings. These theories encompass natural phenomena, human-made objects, and the possibility of extraterrestrial visitation. The most intriguing theory is that some sightings represent genuine encounters with mysterious aircrafts that can't be explained. Proponents argue that the advanced flight characteristics and behaviors observed in many Wiltshire UFO sightings suggest technology far beyond human capabilities. The persistent and detailed nature of some reports lends credence to the idea that Wiltshire might be a focal point for extraterrestrial surveillance or contact. Wiltshire's reputation as a UFO hotspot has had a significant impact on local culture and tourism, and the county has embraced its mysterious status with numerous events, tours, and attractions catering to UFO enthusiasts and curious visitors. Annual UFO conferences and gatherings in towns like Warminster and Marlborough draw speakers and attendees from around the world, fostering a community of researchers and believers. These events often include lectures, workshops, and skywatching sessions contributing to the local economy and promoting Wiltshire as a center for UFO research. As of right now, Wiltshire's status as a UFO hotspot is a fascinating blend of historical intrigue, modern sightings, and cultural impact. While explanations for the high frequency of UFO reports range from natural phenomena to advanced human technology and extraterrestrial visitation, the allure of the unknown ensures that Wiltshire remains a focal point for UFO enthusiasts and researchers. In an age where social media has become a powerful tool for sharing information and uncovering secrets, an extraordinary claim has surfaced that has captivated the public imagination. An anonymous former United States Antarctica pilot revealed on social media that an archaeological dig on the frozen continent unearthed a buried UFO. This revelation, if true, has profound implications for our understanding of history, extraterrestrial life, and government transparency. The revelation came from a self-described former pilot for the United States Antarctic program, who posted their account on a popular social media platform. The pilot, choosing to remain anonymous for fear of retribution, described a top-secret mission that occurred during their tenure in Antarctica. According to the account, an archaeological team discovered a massive metallic object buried deep beneath the ice, which subsequent analysis identified as a UFO. The anonymous pilot detailed how the archaeological team initially stumbled upon the object that was embedded within the ice on top of a mountain using ground-penetrating radar analysis of subterranean structures. The radar detected an anomaly that warranted further investigation, leading to an excavation effort. As the team dug deeper, they uncovered a large, dish-shaped object made of an unknown metal. The pilot claimed that the craft's size and design were unlike anything seen before, sparking immediate speculation about its origin. According to the pilot, upon the discovery of the UFO, the site was quickly secured by military personnel. The team was sworn to secrecy, and all findings were classified. The pilot's account suggests that the craft was transported to an undisclosed location for further study, and the incident was buried under layers of official secrecy. If the claim is true, the scientific implications are monumental. The discovery of a UFO would challenge our current understanding of physics, materials, science, and engineering. Researchers would have the opportunity to study potentially advanced extraterrestrial technology, which could lead to breakthroughs in various fields. Additionally, the presence of a UFO in Antarctica could provide clues about the history of extraterrestrial visitation on Earth. The revelation also highlights issues related to government transparency and accountability. The claim that such a significant discovery has been kept secret from the public raises questions about the handling of potentially transformative information. Governments may argue that secrecy is necessary for national security, but the lack of transparency can erode public trust. The alleged cover-up, if true, underscores the need for greater openness and accountability in handling discoveries of this magnitude. The claim of a buried UFO in Antarctica fits within a broader context of UFO sightings and Antarctic exploration, both of which have been subjects of fascination and speculation for decades. UFO sightings have been reported worldwide for centuries, with varying degrees of credibility. The modern era of UFO interest began in the mid-20th century, leading to numerous investigations by governments and private organizations. While many sightings can be explained by natural or man-made phenomena, a small percentage remain unexplained, fueling ongoing interest and research. Antarctica, with its extreme environment and relative isolation, has long been a subject of intrigue and mystery. The continent's harsh conditions make it one of the least explored regions on Earth, contributing to its allure as a potential hiding place for ancient secrets and unknown phenomena. Scientific research in Antarctica has revealed much about the planet's history and climate, but the region's vastness and remoteness mean that many mysteries likely remain. The anonymous pilot shared a photograph that was allegedly taken during the initial discovery of the UFO. This image, now circulating widely on social media and various internet forums, depict a large disc-shaped object partially buried in ice, situated on the peak of a rugged snow-covered mountain. The photographs have been analyzed and debated by UFO researchers and enthusiasts, alike with varying conclusions about their authenticity. The photographs show a metallic saucer-like craft, with a smooth surface and no visible seams or rivets. The craft's design appears advanced and unlike any known human-made aircraft. The surrounding terrain is stark and desolate, emphasizing the object's isolation and the difficulty in reaching such a remote location. The location of the UFO on a mountain peak adds an intriguing dimension to the narrative. Mountains, often considered sacred or mystical in various cultures, have long been associated with otherworldly phenomena and ancient secrets. If the UFO was indeed placed or landed on top of the mountain, it suggests a level of technological capability far beyond current human understanding. The craft's placement could indicate a strategic or intentional choice, possibly for reasons related to communication, observation, or energy harnessing. The high altitude and isolation could offer a vantage point or minimize detection by human activities. Mountains have symbolic significance in many cultures, representing the link between the heavens and the earth. The presence of a UFO on a mountaintop could be seen as a powerful symbol of the intersection between human civilization and extraterrestrial life. This setting adds a layer of mystique and wonder to the narrative, drawing parallels with ancient myths and legends of celestial beings. From a scientific perspective, the photographs and the story of the buried UFO highlight the need for continued exploration and investigation of remote and uncharted regions. Antarctica, with its extreme environment and unexplored areas, remains a frontier for scientific discovery. The potential presence of advanced technology in such a location challenges scientists to rethink existing paradigms and consider new possibilities. Interestingly enough, a new dimension has been added to the continent's mysterious allure: the discovery of what appear to be unidentified flying objects buried under its vast sheets of ice. As seen through Google Earth, these sightings have sparked widespread speculation and raising questions about the existence of extraterrestrial life, ancient civilizations, and the uncharted secrets of our planet. Google Earth, a tool that allows users to explore satellite images of the Earth's surface, has become an unexpected platform for uncovering potential UFOs in Antarctica. Enthusiasts and researchers have meticulously scanned the frozen landscape, identifying anomalies that resemble disc-shaped objects and other structures buried beneath the ice. Several key sightings have drawn significant attention. One notable discovery includes a circular object, approximately 50 feet in diameter, partially exposed by melting ice. Another prominent sighting involves a series of symmetrical shapes that appear to form a structured complex, suggesting the possibility of ancient or advanced construction. These images, available for public viewing on Google Earth, have been analyzed by numerous independent researchers. The anomalies' distinct shapes and sizes have led many to speculate that they could be the remnants of advanced technology or even crashed advanced spacecraft. While the images captured on Google Earth are compelling, there are several possible explanations for these phenomena, ranging from natural, geological formations to remnants of human activity and more extraordinary theories involving extraterrestrial life. One of the most plausible explanations is that these anomalies are natural geological formations. Antarctica is known for its extreme weather conditions and unique glacial dynamics, which can create unusual ice formations and rock structures. Subglacial volcanic activity, shifting ice, and erosion could result in shapes that, from a satellite perspective, resemble artificial structures or UFOs. The most interesting theory is that these anomalies are indeed spacecraft. Proponents of this idea argue that the distinct symmetrical shapes and the remote location suggest the presence of advanced technology. This theory is bolstered by historical accounts and conspiracy theories that claim Antarctica has long been a site of extraterrestrial interest and activity. The sightings have sparked considerable interest among scientists, researchers, and the general public. The debate over their origins has highlighted the need for rigorous scientific investigation and open discourse. Public fascination with UFOs and extraterrestrial life has fueled widespread interest in these discoveries. The idea of alien spacecraft buried under Antarctic ice captivates the imagination, blending elements of science fiction and adventure. This interest has led to extensive coverage on social media, documentaries, and forums dedicated to uncovering the truth behind these enigmatic images. If the anomalies are proven to be ancient structures or extraterrestrial spacecraft, they could challenge our understanding of history and human civilization. Such a discovery would suggest that Antarctica, once a temperate and possibly habitable region, played a significant role in ancient history. This could lead to a re-evaluation of historical timelines and the potential influence of advanced civilizations on early human development. Studying these anomalies could drive advancements in science and technology, The methods and technologies developed to explore and analyze the anomalies could have broader applications in geology, archaeology, and planetary science. Additionally, if extraterrestrial technology is discovered, it could revolutionize our understanding of physics, engineering, and space travel. The southernmost continent, Antarctica, is still one of the least known and most enigmatic locations on Earth. This frozen wilderness, which spans a region of over 14 million square kilometers, is a place of extremes with temperatures as low as -80 degrees Celsius and gusts as high as 200 kilometers an hour. For more than a century, Antarctica has served as a major hub for scientific exploration and research, despite its severe environment. Nonetheless, a large portion of the continent is still unknown and uncharted due to its size and isolation. Since the mid-20th century, exploration in Antarctica has increasingly focused on scientific research, facilitated by international cooperation and technological advancements. The signing of the Antarctic Treaty in 1959 marked a turning point in the governance and exploration of Antarctica. The treaty, which has been signed by 54 countries, designates Antarctica as a scientific preserve and bans military activity on the continent. This framework has enabled collaborative scientific research and peaceful exploration, with numerous countries establishing research stations across the continent. Today, there are more than 70 research stations operated by various countries, including the United States, Russia, China, and Australia. These stations serve as hubs for scientific research, supporting studies in glaciology, meteorology, geology, biology, and climate science. Field camps are also established in remote areas to conduct specific research projects and exploratory missions. Advancements in satellite and remote sensing technology have significantly enhanced our ability to explore and monitor Antarctica. Satellites provide comprehensive data on ice sheet dynamics, climate patterns, and topographical features. Google Earth, a tool that provides satellite imagery of the Earth's surface, has been instrumental in uncovering many previously unknown features of our planet. Enthusiasts and researchers have used this tool to explore Antarctica, revealing a range of anomalies. Among the most startling discoveries are what appear to be tanks and other military vehicles scattered across the icy terrain. Several key sightings have captured public and media attention. These include images of large tracked vehicles resembling tanks, as well as other military equipment partially buried under the ice and snow. The precise coordinates of these anomalies have been shared widely on social media and various online platforms, prompting further investigation and debate. The presence of military vehicles in Antarctica raises numerous questions, with several possible explanations ranging from historical artifacts to secret military operations. A more sensational theory posits that the vehicles are part of ongoing secret military operations. Despite the Antarctic Treaty, which designates the continent for peaceful and scientific purposes, there have been persistent rumors of clandestine military activities. Some speculate that countries may be using remote parts of Antarctica for testing advanced technology or conducting covert operations, and that the discovered vehicles are part of these efforts. Ron Wyatt, an amateur archaeologist and adventurer, garnered significant attention in the 1970s and 1980s with his claims of discovering biblical artifacts. Among his most controversial and intriguing claims was the discovery of a chariot wheel in the depths of the Red Sea. Wyatt asserted that this finding provided tangible evidence supporting the biblical story of the Exodus, where Moses led the Israelites out of Egypt, parting the Red Sea and allowing them to escape Pharaoh's army, which perished in the returning waters. A significant portion of this rumor stems from the research conducted by Ron Wyatt, an eccentric and contentious amateur archaeologist who claimed to have located the biblical Ark of the Covenant, Noah's Ark, the Tower of Babel, the true location of Mount Sinai, the true site of Jesus' crucifixion, and the original stones of the Ten Commandments. His fans claimed that he was an honest and passionate man, but there are many who disagreed with him. Scientists and archaeologists at the time considered him to be an inexperienced maverick at best, because the location of New Ebay in Egypt seemed to match some of the descriptions of biblical and historical reports of the geography. Wyatt's interest in the Hebrews' Red Sea crossing became concentrated there. He claimed to have discovered what he believed to be chariot components while diving off the beach in Nuweiba. In 1978, on his first visit to Nuweiba, he discovered a massive column on the shore that appeared to be an old relic. Subsequently, he discovered that it had been assembled in concrete for exhibition by Egyptian officials. He thought it was a monument that King Solomon had erected to commemorate the Red Sea passage. Wyatt claimed to have discovered what he believed to be the remains of chariot wheels and chariots at the bottom of the ocean during that very voyage in 1978. There was a lot of coral covering them. Wyatt stated that he had recovered one of the wheels and that an Egyptian official had proclaimed it to be from the 18th dynasty of ancient Egypt. However, no one appears to be aware of the current whereabouts of that chariot wheel. News outlets interviewed Arun Sen, a visitor to Nuweiba, who discovered the human bones at the location. He added that Professor Lennart Mahler, who taught at Stockholm University in the late 1990s, was in possession of the bones which had been verified as human remains. Additionally, it was found that there appeared to be an underwater bridge that connected the two sides of the sea, with the seabed on one side being shallower than the depths on the other. According to Wyatt, there might have been the location where the waters broke and allowed the Hebrews to pass. Other explorers have visited the location as a result of Wyatt's attention on Nuweiba and his assertions that chariot remnants are on the ocean floor. But even Wyatt's followers advise caution over their ecstatic discoveries. Journalist Joe Kovacs was informed by Richard Rives, president of Tennessee's Wyatt Archaeological Research, that all kinds of people are finding coral and calling it chariot parts. The same thing Mary Nell, Wyatt's wife, told Kovacs. She claimed that when she first went diving at the Red Sea site with Wyatt, she initially believed everything to be a chariot wheel. In summary, all that appears to be available at this time to bolster the claims of chariot components on the Red Sea floor are images, the most of which feature coral formations. There are still unanswered questions regarding the site because no documented artifacts have been removed and preserved from there, and the Egyptian government forbids any discoveries from being made public. Although this tale is frequently credited to a 2014 news website, it would seem to predate the Plainly piece because Ron Wyatt appears to have made this claim in print at least as early as 1993 and passed away in 1999. To assess the legitimacy of their statements, one need just look to their original source. The strongest evidence comes from a single grainy shot of a wheel that, in many people's opinion, is strangely well preserved for its alleged antiquity and looks a lot like a chariot wheel used in building. His claim that the wheel's four spokes dated to the right region and that the shiny areas are the remains of a gold veneer serve as proof that it originated as an Egyptian chariot wheel. It's pretty telling that these assertions are largely disregarded elsewhere and only appear in publications that are blatantly biased. In the biblical narrative, the Exodus is one of the most dramatic and significant events described in the Book of Exodus. According to the story, Moses, under divine guidance, led the Israelites out of Egyptian bondage. When they reached the Red Sea, Moses parted the waters, creating a path for the Israelites to cross. The pursuing Egyptian army, led by Pharaoh, followed but was engulfed by the returning waters resulting in their destruction. Ron Wyatt, who was deeply inspired by biblical archaeology, undertook several expeditions to the Middle East to search for evidence of this and other biblical events. Wyatt claimed to have discovered chariot wheels and asserted that these findings were remnants of the Egyptian chariots destroyed during the Exodus. Wyatt's most notable discovery was a coral-encrusted object he identified as a chariot wheel. According to his account, this object was located during a diving expedition. Wyatt provided photographs of the wheel-shaped object, which he claimed matched the design of ancient Egyptian chariot wheels. Additionally, he reported finding other artifacts, such as human and horse bones, further supporting his interpretation. One of the primary criticisms of Wyatt's work is the lack of peer-reviewed evidence. Archaeological discoveries are typically subjected to rigorous scrutiny and verification by experts in the field. Wyatt's findings have not been published in reputable scientific journals or subjected to independent verification, making it difficult to assess their validity. While Wyatt's methods and conclusions may be disputed, his work has inspired further exploration and interest in the regions associated with biblical narratives. Subsequent expeditions by professional archaeologists have continued to investigate the potential historical basis for the Exodus story. Although definitive proof remains elusive, the search for evidence continues to yield valuable insights into the ancient cultures and histories of the Middle East. Scientists reveal they found evidence of pottery and prehistoric human activity at a possible Noah's Ark location. While it's not exactly proof, researchers have managed to confirm the presence of ancient human activity and pottery at a distant spot in eastern Turkey that some have speculated may be Noah's Ark landing site. While further analysis is needed, the project at the Durapiner Formation, a distinctive boat-shaped geological formation that has attracted attention since its discovery in 1959, has uncovered new findings that may point to the earliest known instances of the clay firing method used to create pottery. Researchers from Agri Ibrahim Seykan University, Istanbul Technical University, and Andrew University, a private Seventh-day Adventist university in Michigan, announced the findings of their most recent investigations conducted at the formation. At a conference held in October at Istanbul Technical University, when the crew visited the location in December 2022, they used ground-penetrating radar and discovered underground layers and intriguing angular structures, which are features that are not typically associated with natural geological formations. Professor Farouk Kaki revealed the results and stated the preliminary analysis of more than 24 rock and soil samples may indicate signs of human activity at the location around 5,000 years ago. The ancient items, according to Kaki, demonstrate a sophisticated understanding of the process of creating clay. He stated in his presentation that they saw that these ceramic pieces weren't produced entirely of clay when they looked at their structural makeup. They were polygenic, meaning they were made up of rocks from many origins, sand, silt, and small and large fine clay grains, as well as grains that were nearly the size of gravel. This demonstrates how old the artifacts are. This indicates a long history of work at this location. They were created by locally burning clay. Although the team has mainly focused on conducting an initial archaeological surface survey by walking around the site in search of pottery and collecting soil and rock samples, more work is anticipated in the form of geophysical surveys, core drilling, and possibly even limited form of excavations. The dimensions of the ark described in the book of Genesis, which are 300 cubits by 50 cubits by 30 cubits, or 164 yards by 27 yards by 16 yards, or 150 meters by 25 meters by 15 meters. They are cited by proponents of the ark theory in addition to the formation's boat shape. Both secular and Christian scientists have dismissed the potentially significant discovery. Kenham stated in a post from October 2021 that there had been conjecture since 1959 over the location of Noah's Ark at the Drupiner Formation site. The Director of Answers in Genesis's research department, geologist Andrew Snelling, made assertions that Ham incorporated in his piece. Snelling believes it is unlikely that the Ark has endured this long. In the meantime, a geologist from California State University published a report labeling the biblical connection as false, claiming the region was just a rock formation and not an old boat. The Drupiner Formation was first the subject of research. Study in 2021, although a Turkish army captain had found the place back in 1959, thanks to the efforts of American explorer Ron Wyatt and others. The site became the subject of scholarly interest in the 1970s and continued until the mid-1990s. A team of scientists claimed they found old wood inside the real Noah's Arkansas. The Drupiner site has long fascinated academics because of its connection to Noah's Ark, which is said to represent the biblical ship's final resting place. Upon viewing the images, believers perceive them as the definitive proof they had been looking for, confirming the existence of a boat-shaped building tucked away on this mountain. Strong evidence that the aforementioned relics were, in fact, a component of a massive ancient boat has been reported by a group of committed researchers. Adding to the significance of this amazing discovery, a combined team of experts from China and Turkey made an incredible statement on April 20, 2010, during a major press conference in Hong Kong. On top of a mountain, they found what is thought to be Noah's Arkansas's religious communities who had long held the belief that the Ark was located within these mountains, responded overwhelmingly to this astounding news. These results, which have been confirmed by the hard work of the research team, give people concrete proof that supports their ideas, satisfying their long-standing need for evidence. The enormity of this finding has caused great enthusiasm and a global revival of faith among believers. When the images were released, many people were shocked to see that there appeared to be large wooden structures. Many people were surprised and intrigued when the photos were made public. Large wooden constructions were noticeably absent from the photos, which begged several issues. A particular scientist provided an intriguing analysis of the discovery, expressing both his scientific skepticism and his fascination with the possibility that the remains of Noah's Ark had been found. In the interrogation with the scientists, the group boldly declared that they had painstakingly completed every necessary experiment to reach their conclusion. As part of their investigation, they particularly acknowledged using radiocarbon dating techniques on a few wood samples. Renowned researcher Young Wing Jung voiced his surprise at the finding by asking how a ship could possibly be discovered on a mountain. He said that the biblical story of Noah's Ark is connected to the sole known wooden building on Mount Ararat based on historical sources. With this knowledge, Wing Jung is certain that there is a very high chance that the new discovery is Noah's Ark. He stressed that there isn't yet a competing theory to support this theory. As to the team's report, not only are the researchers persuaded by their discoveries, but Turkish government officials also recognize and support the team's claims about the existence of Noah's Arkansas. Furthermore, these authorities have stated that they think the location in question is in fact the historic vessel's ultimate resting place. The research team continues by stating that they have done further investigation to support their assertions. For example, they collected with samples from the location and used carbon dating to determine their age, which came out to be an astounding 4,800 years. They have also invited other scientists to analyze the results directly in order to bolster the validity of their research. It's important to remember that certain experts and researchers do not believe that the discovered structure is the real Noah's Ark, despite the majority of experts and academics expressing their support for this belief. Some doubters contend that certain tests cannot provide strong evidence for the structure's genesis. Furthermore, a certain scientist has questioned the validity of radiocarbon dating and demanded that more research be done to guarantee accuracy. Some others have gone so far as to cast doubt on the expedition's legitimacy altogether, speculating that it might have been staged. A research article titled, "Exploration Team Successfully Ventures Inside 4,800-Year-Old Wooden Structures," was published by the team conducting the exploration in spite of the skepticism voiced by certain scientists. The team's trust in the importance of their findings is demonstrated by their publication, which has the backing of Turkish officials and subject matter experts who adamantly maintain that the found artifact is Noah's Ark in source. There is a popular assumption among religious people right now that the spot we are talking about is where Noah's Ark is ultimately resting. On the other hand, fascinating arguments have been put out by scientists that seriously refute the idea that this is the real Ark. It's crucial to remember, though, that scientists do not completely reject some aspects of the narrative. Among the least visited regions of the planet, mountains have drawn the attention of a wide range of individuals. While some are drawn to the mysteries that sit atop these majestic natural structures, others are eager to conquer them. Fascinating. Recent finds by underwater archaeologists clearly suggest that many cities were submerged. Remains of ancient civilizations that date back to Noah's time have been discovered in one specific site, which is off the coast of Turkey. The fact that there are numerous stories from diverse civilizations mentioning a large-scale deluge, some even having written records describing the event, makes this even more fascinating. Notably, some scientists do not deny that such an event occurred, but they suggest that the extent of it might have been overstated. For example, historical evidence points to a spike in water levels in the region about 7,000 years ago, which suggests that the so-called Great Flood may have resulted from the flooding of the Black Sea. Given the recent discovery of multiple ancient underwater cities, it is imperative that scientists recognize the existence of a cataclysmic event that caused the submersion of cities. The precise scale of this event is still up for discussion among specialists. Both scholars and the general public are still enthralled with the Darapiner site. Though the evidence is still unclear, the site remains a focal point for conversations regarding the relationship between science, history, and faith, regardless of whether the Darapiner Formation is the actual remnants of Noah's Ark. It underscores the persistent human enchantment with age-old riddles and the pursuit of comprehending our historical background. In the quiet waters of Oklahoma's lakes, an eerie legend persists, whispered among locals and intrepid adventurers alike. The tale of the Oklahoma octopus, a giant cephalopod said to inhabit the lakes of this landlocked state, has intrigued and frightened swimmers and divers for years. While mainstream science questions the existence of such a creature, numerous encounters have been reported, contributing to the mysterious lore surrounding this alleged freshwater monster. This octopus-like creature is said to be 6 to 15 feet in length, with skin that is reddish-brown and strong tentacles that had the power to take unsuspecting swimmers. Though its exact origins are unknown, some accounts link the legend to Native American folklore about an odd aquatic creature that has a hunger for human flesh. Some claim that the large number of drownings and disappearances that have happened in the Oklahoma lakes throughout the years served as inspiration. The legend of the Oklahoma octopus is relatively recent, gaining traction in the early 2000s. Despite Oklahoma being a landlocked state, where traditional marine octopuses cannot survive due to the lack of salt water, the legend persists. Some suggest that the creature could be an undiscovered species of freshwater cephalopod, or even an ancient prehistorically adapted octopus that somehow survived and evolved in these freshwater environments. One of the earliest and most widely cited encounters occurred in February. A group of teenagers swimming in Lake Thunderbird reported seeing a large shadowy figure beneath the surface. Initially, they thought it was a log or debris, but panic ensued when the object moved against the current. One swimmer, Karen Thompson, described feeling something brush against her leg, followed by a sharp, stinging sensation. She emerged from the water with a series of suction-like marks on her calf, resembling octopus tentacle marks. In February 2008, the team of divers conducting a recreational dive in Lake Tenkiller reported a chilling encounter with a massive creature. Lead diver Mark Henson recounted how visibility was low due to the murky water when he noticed an unusually large and dark shape moving swiftly near the lake bed. Initially thinking it was a large catfish or gar, Henson swam closer, only to be confronted by what he described as a gigantic tentacled creature. The divers quickly ascended, shaken but unharmed. Henson's account was corroborated by his fellow divers, adding credibility to the sighting. In 2012, a seasoned fisherman named Earl Mitchell reported an encounter while night fishing on Lake Ulogna. Mitchell claimed that as he was reeling in his catch, a tremendous force pulled against his line, nearly dragging him into the water. After a tense struggle, the line snapped, but not before he glimpsed a massive octopus-like arm breaking the surface. His story combined with unexplained disappearances of pets and livestock near the lake fueled further speculation about the Oklahoma octopus existence. In the summer of 2015, a seasoned fisherman named Tom Harris experienced an encounter that would forever alter his understanding of the lakes he had fished in all his life. Tom, an experienced diver and angler, had spent countless hours exploring the depths of Oklahoma's lakes. However, nothing had prepared him for the day he came face to face with what he believes to be the elusive Oklahoma octopus. Tom Harris was a well-known figure in his community, respected for his knowledge of local wildlife and his dedication to preserving the natural beauty of Oklahoma's lakes. With over 20 years of diving and fishing experience, Tom had a deep appreciation for the aquatic ecosystems he frequented. His usual haunt was Lake Tenkiller, one of the largest and deepest lakes in the state, renowned for its clear waters and abundant fish species. On a warm July afternoon, Tom decided to go for a dive to explore a section of Lake Tenkiller that he had not visited in years. Equipped with his diving gear and underwater camera, Tom aimed to document the underwater flora and fauna, hoping to capture some rare footage of the lake's aquatic life. As he descended into the cool, clear water, Tom marveled at the vibrant ecosystem below. Schools of fish darted around him, and the underwater vegetation swayed gently with the currents. After about 30 minutes of exploring, Tom noticed a peculiar shadowy figure in the distance. Intrigued, he decided to investigate further. As Tom swam closer, the figure began to take shape. To his astonishment, he saw a massive octopus-like creature, partially concealed among the rocks and vegetation. The creature was unlike anything he had ever seen in freshwater. Its body was large and bulbous, covered in a reddish-brown skin that blended seamlessly with the surroundings. Long, sinuous tentacles extended outward, some wrapped around rocks, while others moved languidly in the water. As he moved towards the creature, it suddenly became aware of his presence. One of its tentacles reached out towards him, and Tom felt a sharp tug on his leg. Panic surged through him as he struggled to free himself. Using his dive knife, he managed to cut through the tentacle's grasp, leaving a suction mark on his calf. The creature retreated into the shadows, and Tom, shaken but unharmed, quickly ascended to the surface. Tom surfaced, gasping for breath, and adrenaline coursing through his veins. Tom's encounter reignited the debate over the existence of the Oklahoma octopus. Mainstream scientists remained skeptical, pointing out the biological improbability of a marine octopus living in a freshwater environment. They suggested alternative explanations, such as a misidentified large catfish or a species of freshwater jellyfish that could have given the appearance of an octopus. Researchers into the unknown were more open to Tom's account. They argued that his detailed description and photographic evidence provided valuable data for further investigation. They also noted the similarity of his sighting to other reports of large, octopus-like creatures in Oklahoma's lakes, suggesting that there might indeed be an undiscovered species lurking in the depths. Tom's story has inspired renewed interest in exploring Oklahoma's lakes and studying their ecosystems. The legend of the Oklahoma octopus has become an integral part of local folklore, and Tom's encounter adds a new chapter to this evolving narrative. Stories like his enrich the cultural heritage of the region, providing a sense of mystery and wonder that captivates both residents and visitors. The concept of cryptids, creatures whose existence is suggested but not scientifically proven, has fascinated people for generations. Among these mysterious beings is the Oklahoma octopus, and numerous anecdotal accounts and unexplained disappearances have led some to speculate about the existence of this enigmatic creature. Over the years, numerous disappearances have been reported in Oklahoma's lakes, with some cases remaining unexplained despite thorough investigations. Individuals often vanish without a trace, and the lack of clear evidence has led to various theories, including the possibility of the Oklahoma octopus. Several notable cases have drawn attention to the potential involvement of the Oklahoma octopus. A common pattern in these disappearances is the suddenness with which they occur. Witnesses often describe the divers and swimmers being pulled underwater swiftly without signs of struggle or distress. This abruptness has led to theories that an aggressive predator, such as the Oklahoma octopus, might be responsible. One of the main reasons for scientific skepticism is the lack of physical evidence. Despite numerous sightings and anecdotal accounts, there have been no verified photographs, biological samples, or remains of the Oklahoma octopus. Without concrete evidence, the scientific community is reluctant to accept the existence of such a creature. As of right now, the possibility that the Oklahoma octopus is behind disappearances in U.S. lakes remains a tantalizing and controversial theory. While mainstream science dismisses the existence of such a creature due to a lack of physical evidence and biological implausibility, the numerous unexplained disappearances and anecdotal accounts keep the legend alive. Whether viewed as a cryptid or a cautionary tale, the Oklahoma octopus captivates the imagination, reflecting humanity's enduring fascination with the unknown and the mysteries that still lie hidden in our world's depths. The legend encourages exploration, conservation, and an appreciation for the rich tapestry of folklore that continues to shape our understanding of the natural world. The accounts of terrifying encounters and the eerie allure of a giant human attacking cephalopod living in Oklahoma's lakes contribute to a rich tapestry of local folklore, and the stories have reminded many of the giant squid tailies. For centuries, tales of monstrous sea creatures attacking ships have captivated the imaginations of sailors and landlubbers alike. Among these legendary beings is the giant squid. It holds a prominent place in our history. The legend of the giant squid dates back to ancient times. Norse mythology spoke of the kraken, a colossal sea monster that terrorized sailors off the coast of Norway and Greenland. Described as a creature with immense tentacles capable of enveloping entire ships, the kraken became a symbol of the ocean's unfathomable dangers. During the age of exploration, European sailors encountering unfamiliar and treacherous waters often reported sightings of monstrous sea creatures. These tales were likely influenced by real encounters with large marine animals, such as whales and squids, seen through the lens of fear and superstition. Giant squids can grow up to 13 meters, or 43 feet for females, and 10 meters, or 33 feet for males, making them one of the largest invertebrates on Earth. They possess 8 arms and 2 longer feeding tentacles equipped with suckers lined with sharp teeth, which they use to capture prey. Their beaks are powerful enough to slice through flesh, and their eyes, the largest in the animal kingdom, allow them to see in the deep ocean's dim light. Giant squids inhabit deep oceanic waters, typically at depths between 300 and 1,000 meters. They are elusive and rarely seen alive, which has made studying them challenging. Most of what we know comes from dead specimens and rare deep-sea footage. Popocatépetl, the majestic and active stratovolcano located in Mexico, has long held a place of reverence in indigenous cultures and captivated the imagination of locals and tourists alike. However, in recent decades, it has become a hotspot for another kind of phenomenon that defies easy explanation: the frequent sightings of unidentified objects above its peaks. Anonymous have just posted an interesting video showing mysterious objects flying in and out of the volcano. The volcano's unique geological characteristics could play a role in the prevalence of mysterious sightings. With an elevation of over 5,400 meters, its towering presence pierces through the clouds and becomes an ideal vantage point for skyward observations. The volcanic activity, including eruptions and emissions of gases, could create unusual atmospheric phenomena that could be misinterpreted as unidentified objects. Light reflections from the volcano's activity in clouds might also contribute to optical illusions, further complicating the distinction between natural occurrences and extraordinary sightings. However, many who have witnessed these objects have said that they have the ability to hover motionless and fly directly into the volcano, something that hasn't been documented with natural occurrences. Indigenous cultures in the region have revered the volcano as a sacred entity for centuries. It is intricately woven into mythology, often associated with deities and cosmic significance. The cultural heritage surrounding the volcano could influence local perceptions and interpretations of unusual phenomena. Legends and stories passed down through generations might predispose individuals to attribute extraordinary sightings to mystical or supernatural events, including unidentified objects. In recent years, there has been a notable shift in the reputation of this volcano. While it was once known for its natural beauty and majestic presence, it has now gained attention for something altogether different. Both residents and online observers who have been monitoring the volcano through webcams have observed mysterious aircrafts flying directly into the volcano. Numerous reports claim that what is observed near the volcano is not merely ash, but rather peculiar entities and luminous phenomena frequently spotted hovering in the vicinity. Some witnesses even allege that these enigmatic objects are capable of entering and exiting the volcano, further adding to their mysterious nature. The presence of these unexplained lights and unidentified aerial phenomena has intrigued and perplexed many observers. Moreover, the webcam footage has not only captured the mesmerizing sight of meteors hurtling directly into the volcano, but has also revealed instances of multiple meteor occurrences in a single night. This phenomenon, which has left many in awe, is considered to be incredibly rare, defying the slim probabilities of such events taking place consecutively. Consequently, the astonishing footage has prompted users to explore alternative explanations and theories, seeking to unravel the mystery behind this captivating spectacle. The reasons behind the curiosity of these objects towards this particular volcano are still a topic of debate. However, it is worth noting that on multiple occasions throughout the year, peculiar objects have been observed in close proximity to this volcano, which has spurred the creation of intriguing theories regarding why this volcano seems to attract such attention. An in-depth exploration of these theories can shed light on the possible explanations for why this volcano serves as a significant focal point for these mysterious objects. The volcano has garnered significant attention from amateur researchers due to numerous reported sightings. This has led to its classification as a hotspot, as users have observed multiple unidentified objects in the vicinity of the volcano. It's worth noting that these observations are merely a fraction of the total sightings, as they represent only the instances captured on camera. The frequency and volume of these unusual objects have piqued the curiosity of researchers, prompting a comprehensive exploration of this phenomenon. In-depth investigations are underway to unravel the mystery surrounding these sightings and understand the nature of these enigmatic objects. Residents residing in close proximity to the area have reported frequent sightings of luminous lights in the vicinity of the volcano. This phenomenon has intrigued the residents, as it appears that these lights possess a peculiar fascination with the volcano itself. Interestingly, these sightings are not limited to the immediate vicinity of the volcanic area. Photographic evidence has revealed that these mysterious lights also traverse in and out of the volcano. This intriguing observation raises questions about the nature and purpose of these lights, leaving researchers and locals alike wondering about their origin and significance. Glowing orbs, frequently captured on webcams, are commonly observed objects that have gained significant attention worldwide. They are widely regarded as one of the most frequently reported mysterious flying objects. These ethereal spheres pose a considerable challenge to photograph, as they manifest as mere luminous smudges when captured on camera. Their elusive and enigmatic nature has intrigued people from various cultures and regions around the globe, sparking a sense of curiosity and fascination. As of right now, amateur researchers have questioned whether these unidentified objects are interested in volcanoes. The skies above Earth have long been the canvas for mysterious phenomena, none more captivating than unidentified objects. These enigmatic aerial apparitions have been reported in various contexts and locales, sparking curiosity and speculation. One particularly intriguing scenario involves unidentified objects allegedly showing interest in volcanoes. Volcanoes are geological marvels, releasing immense energy from the Earth's depths. Some theories speculate that mysterious objects could be harnessing this energy for their own purposes. Volcanic activity generates high levels of thermal energy, electromagnetic fields, and even plasma discharges, elements that might hold significance for advanced civilizations. It's conceivable that unidentified objects could be utilizing these powerful energy sources for propulsion, communication, or other technological functions beyond our comprehension. Volcanic landscapes on Earth are abundant with unique mineral formations and geological structures. Advanced visitors might be interested in studying or extracting these resources, which could have properties or applications unexplored by human science. This could include elements used in advanced technology, rare minerals, or materials that hold intrinsic value in interstellar trade or research. These mysterious objects could be engaged in scientific exploration and observation of Earth's geological processes. Volcanoes are dynamic natural laboratories, offering insights into planetary formation and tectonic activity. For a technologically advanced civilization, observing and studying Earth's geological phenomena could contribute to their understanding of planetary evolution and even help them predict natural disasters. Speculative theories propose that unidentified objects might be using volcanoes as entry points into Earth's interior. The complex network of underground tunnels and chambers created by volcanic activity could provide covert access for advanced spacecraft. Volcanic regions could offer hidden bases, shielded from human detection, and accessible through natural openings created by lava flows. Volcanic areas possess immense geothermal energy potential. These aircrafts might be tapping into this energy source for various purposes, from recharging their craft to powering advanced technologies. The abundance of geothermal heat could be harnessed through advanced energy conversion methods, aligning with the sustainability principles of an advanced civilization. Someone found this huge object above the Eastern Pacific. It was captured using the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Tropical Pacific Weather Channel. The man who found it put the recording on a loop, and during this, a huge triangular object appears. Oddly enough, the man stated that the object is around half the size of Mexico. The triangular object was caught hovering above the ocean and was detected by satellite. The man who found it said that he's never seen anything like it, noting that he often checks this live camera feed, and nothing of the size has ever showed up before. The man went on to explain that the object was visible for over 7 hours, saying that it wasn't just a random cloud formation or a glitch, and said that it stayed in the same location. These black triangle objects have been witnessed for several decades now, with researchers into the unknown saying that sightings can be traced back hundreds of years. These enigmatic triangular crafts have been spotted all over the world, leading to fervent speculation and debate among researchers and enthusiasts. Black triangle sightings began to gain prominence in the late 1980s and early 1990s. Witnesses described these crafts as large, dark, silent, and triangular in shape, often with bright lights at each corner. These sightings caught the attention of researchers who were intrigued by the consistent descriptions from witnesses around the globe. Black triangles have been reported in various countries, including the United States, United Kingdom, Mexico, and Japan. Witnesses describe seeing these crafts hovering silently in the sky or moving at high speeds. The origins of these black triangles remain a subject of speculation and debate. Several hypotheses have been proposed to explain these sightings. Skeptics argue that black triangles are classified military aircraft undergoing testing or surveillance operations. The secretive nature of military programs could explain the lack of public acknowledgement. Interestingly, though various eyewitnesses have reported seeing these black triangles hovering above the ocean, while many unidentified objects are witnessed in the skies above land, there is a growing body of evidence and speculation that suggests these objects may also have a significant interest in the oceans. One of the primary reasons these objects might be interested in the oceans is the abundance of water. Earth is the only planet known to have vast oceans of liquid water, a precious resource that could be of immense value to advanced civilizations. Water is essential for sustaining life as we know it, and it is possible that unidentified objects are searching for or monitoring Earth's oceans in their quest for habitable environments. The oceans represent some of the most explored and diverse ecosystems on Earth. These deep and largely unknown environments harbor an incredible variety of life forms, many of which are yet to be discovered by humans. It is conceivable that these objects, equipped with advanced sensing technologies, are interested in studying these unique ecosystems and their inhabitants to better understand the diversity of life in the universe. One intriguing theory put forth by some researchers is the possibility of submerged bases in Earth's oceans. If unidentified objects are of advanced origin, it is conceivable that they might have established bases underwater to remain hidden and undetected from human observation. These underwater bases could serve as research outposts or staging areas for their activities on Earth. Numerous sightings have been reported in close proximity to marine life, particularly with regard to encounters with whales and dolphins. Some witnesses have described these objects emerging from or submerging into the ocean, suggesting a connection between unidentified objects and marine life. This has led some researchers to speculate about potential communication or interaction between these objects and Earth's intelligent marine species. Another speculative theory is that unidentified objects may be interested in extracting resources from the oceans. Earth's oceans contain vast amounts of minerals and elements, some of which may be scarce or highly valuable in other parts of the universe. Advanced civilizations may view our oceans as a potential source of valuable resources, leading them to explore or exploit these underwater reserves. The oceans are also home to various forms of energy, including geothermal vents, which release hot, mineral-rich water from beneath the Earth's surface. Such energy sources could be of interest to advanced civilizations seeking sustainable and renewable energy solutions. These aircrafts might be monitoring or harnessing these energy reserves to power their craft or other technologies. The vastness and depth of the oceans offer a convenient environment for concealment and surveillance. These aircrafts could use the ocean as a hiding place or base of operations, especially given that human exploration and surveillance technologies are less developed underwater than in space or on land. The ocean's depths also provide an effective shield against human detection. As of right now, the Earth's oceans are a fascinating and mysterious aspect of the broader phenomenon. While there is no definitive evidence to confirm the reasons behind this apparent attraction, numerous scientific theories and speculative ideas offer plausible explanations. Whether these objects are drawn to Earth's oceans for resources, water, or the study of marine life, their presence and activities remain one of the greatest enigmas of our time. This isn't the first time that something like this has been detected, and former workers have come forward and detailed that these objects are occasionally witnessed. Back in February 2008, a team of National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration scientists embarked on a routine research expedition aboard their state-of-the-art research vessel. Their mission was to study marine life and oceanic currents in the vast expanse of the Atlantic Ocean. However, one of the workers said that this voyage would lead them to an encounter that would defy their understanding of the world. As the vessel sailed through the tranquil waters, the scientists immersed themselves in their work, meticulously collecting data and observing marine creatures. Dr. Walker, the lead marine biologist, had always been fascinated by the mysteries of the deep sea. As night fell, the team continued their observations under the shimmering moonlight. Suddenly, an unusual blip appeared on the ship's radar, catching the attention of Dr. Walker and the crew. They were puzzled by the mysterious signal as there were no other vessels reported in the vicinity. With a sense of anticipation, the crew followed the radar signal, leading them to an area where the ocean currents seemed to converge. As they approached, an eerie silence enveloped the ship, broken only by the gentle lapping of the waves against the hull. Then, out of the darkness, a breathtaking sight unfolded before them. A massive triangle-shaped object hovered above the water, emitting a soft, ethereal glow. The mysterious craft seemed to defy the laws of physics, maintaining a steady position in the air without any visible means of propulsion. Amidst the astonishment, Dr. Walker quickly grabbed her camera and began capturing images of the otherworldly spectacle. The crew members, equally mesmerized, exchanged bewildered glances as they tried to make sense of the inexplicable sighting. Captain Reynolds radioed to other National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration vessels that were in the area, reporting their sighting with an air of incredulity. The situation was unprecedented, and the crew knew that their encounter would be met with skepticism back home. As the night wore on, the enigmatic triangle object remained suspended above the ocean, seemingly unbothered by the presence of the workers. Dr. Walker and her team observed the object's peculiar light patterns, noting how it occasionally emitted bright flashes before dimming again. Suddenly, the object started to move, gliding noiselessly across the sky. The crew watched in awe as it soared effortlessly above the water, leaving behind a faint trail of shimmering light. The object then made a quick getaway and was not seen for the rest of the mission. Oddly enough, the cameras were taken from the crew, and they were told not to speak of their encounter.